back to the ground with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters, full-time MMA, and Anderson Silva's calling for a rematch with Nick Diaz. This would be a really good rematch, and with where these guys both are right now in their career, it would make sense for both of these guys to take this fight. Both of these guys have been dabbling in retirement. Nick Diaz hasn't fought in an awful long time. Anderson Silva has been threatening retirement because his career hasn't been going the way he would like in his last few fights, and one of his opponents fell out, and he said if he didn't get a certain opponent, or he threatened retirement. I mean, I don't remember all the exact details, and I'm definitely not gonna go do all that research. I already had to go pull up the Nick Diaz when he was flagged, because this is the problem. Nick Diaz was flagged by USADA for missing 3 tests within 12 months, whereabouts failures. So under USADA guidelines, you're supposed to tell them where you're going to be so they can show up and test you whenever they need to randomly. Nick Diaz wasn't where he was supposed to be 3 times within 12 months, so he's facing a USADA suspension currently. This just happened late June. So that's anywhere from a 6-month to a 2-year suspension. Hopefully it's 6 months, and if that is the case, he'll be suspended until early next year, early 2018, which is when this fight would probably happen. And this would probably be Anderson Silva's retirement fight, possibly. I mean, he's approaching the latter years of his career, unless he could get another super fight like a GSP fight or something. But I don't see Anderson Silva just being a very active fighter, and this is a fight that would make sense. So maybe if this fight does happen, it wouldn't happen until most likely early 2018, but it would be a fight that makes sense for both of these guys. Nick Diaz would have to come off of his suspension. I don't see any way his suspension being waived. I mean, the UFC released a statement on it and everything, so he's looking at 6-month to 2-year suspension. Anderson Silva, he was talking about retiring if he didn't get his way recently. He didn't get his way, so I didn't think we were going to see him fighting again. But if he can get this fight that he wants, we might get to see Anderson Silva fight again once or twice before he retires. So it is what it is, man. Let the haters know what the fuck you think about Nick Diaz versus Anderson Silva rematch in the comments. And by the way, in the first fight, if you didn't know, the results were overturned because Nick Diaz was smoking weed before the fight, and Anderson Silva, I believe that was the fight he also popped for PEDs, or his erectile pills, dick pills, dirty pills, as I like to call them. So it is what it is, man. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I'm out. What's the difference between your dick and a paycheck? Someone's always willing to blow your check.